Hi there, this is SwissBorg. Okay, so earlier on I did my video called The Bad News, My Trade is Still in a Mess. Good news, I feel much better. Good news is I still do feel much better actually, so it's great. I had a quite a nice dinner tonight and quite spicy, but nice curry. But, it's all good and I think everything's fine now. Now, what is also good is the price of Bitcoin. Now, what I was saying earlier on was that all the indicators looked like the price of Bitcoin should go up, and it wasn't seeming to want to go up, but all of a sudden it did. And thinking about it, what I'm thinking is all these people who've got BUSD, so that's people who've got like the Binance stablecoin on Binance, and this accounted for a hell of a lot of money. And I was thinking, well, what are they going to do with it? What are you going to do? Well, you're going to move it to USDT. Okay, well, that's probably going to be next under fire, isn't it? Or you're going to move it to USDC. Eventually, the SEC are going to start picking on all the stablecoins. So what's the best option? Well, maybe put it into an asset that you think might go up in value, i.e. Bitcoin. So I just got a feeling that's what everyone did. Everyone just thought sod it, I'm going to buy Bitcoin with it. And I hope so. So anyway, that worked out really well for me. I'll show you the challenge trade in a moment, but I just want to say thank you to Cyprian B. He said, good job, Mr. SWC, Diamond Balls and Patience. Yeah, I think I'm Mr. Diamond Balls, actually, because honestly, at some point, I think I received 3 emails from ByBit saying your trade is at risk of liquidation. And each time I thought, no, okay, I'm going to stick with my stop loss on 21.3k, and if it hits there, I'll just take the massive loss, and I'll just start the $200 challenge all over again with about $200. I didn't really calculate it, but I think it would have been about that what I would have left. And considering I was almost at $3,000 at one point, that would have been a nasty loss. But at the end of the day, you have to think about what you had to start with, and then that money you made, you didn't really put it to one side, you reinvested it. So, if you lose it, what you don't want to end up with is less money than you started with. So I don't think I would have done that, but I didn't do that. I'll show you the account actually. So this is the account here, and currently the balance is 0.11447599 Bitcoin, which is worth $2,777, which is really cool, isn't it? Because I started off with $200 on January the 2nd, so that's a pretty good increase, I think. I'm really pleased with that. I'm currently not in a trade, so if you want to see where my next trade starts, please go to the Telegram group, which you can get to by going to savewith.crypto.org/TG. Let's have a look how this one ended. But I came out of the trade too soon, but to be honest, I just wanted to come out at what the CME gap was like 2 weeks ago, because I thought that would be an achievable level, and that would be good. And really, at the end of the day, if you make a profit, you make a profit. Now, I could have made a lot more, I understand that, but if we look at what I did make, it's here. So that was 16%, and which was 0.0069 Bitcoin, which I think is a few $100. So nothing amazing, but it meant I didn't lose the money I thought I was going to. So that was a scary one. That was really nasty. That was because the liquidation price was at 21 something, I can't remember now, and the price came right down there, really, really close to liquidation. And if I hadn't have set the stop loss, it would have liquidated the entire account. If it had have hit the stop loss, then it would have been, I think I would have been left with a couple $100 at the best. At the moment, I'm not in a position there. I am in a position with my main account, which is good. Yeah, with my main account, I had a similar entry, but obviously I had a bit more capital to play with in this one. So if it did come down low, I could have added more to the margin. So there wasn't any chance of this one getting liquidated. So This is currently $6,163 in profit, which is quite cool. This is almost the sort of figures that the proper YouTubers talk about. I mean, I'm not in the same league as like Crypto and Carl from the Moon or anything like that, but you know, at the same time, it's, you know, it's quite nice, really. And this is just playing with 0.64 of a Bitcoin, but on 10x leverage, this looks like it's $150,000. So this is quite a nice chunk of money. This one here, I've moved the stop loss into profit up here. So if the stop loss hits, I think I still get, what do I get? Oh, blimey. I actually need to move that, because if that hits that, I will make a loss of minus 0.16. So let's just take a look at that. Yeah, so I'm just going to move the stop loss up a little bit, maybe about there. I'll just check what that is percentage-wise. That's actually 7%. It's probably a bit too much, really. If I go for something more like 5%, that would be 23469. So I'll do that, confirm there. So that's what my stop loss is on this one. So I will make a profit if that comes down there. But I'm hoping it won't. I'm hoping we're going to go up to 25k, possibly even 28. Anyway, this is where one of the nicer problems you have with trading comes about. Is like, where the hell do you take profit? I mean, to me, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I think Bitcoin's probably going to go up to $200,000 over the next year or so. But at the same time, in my head, I want to have some profit secured along the way. And you never know what's going to happen. So at the moment, for example, I can see here now it's like coming down in value. Whereas I was like $6,000 in profit a few moments ago, I'm actually now, you know, nearly $800 down because it's coming down again. Should I have taken profit there? Probably. But will it go back up again? Probably. So this is the really hard thing to do, isn't it? So choosing your exit is probably just as important as choosing your entry. Actually, I don't think it is, actually, because at the end of the day, you can always just take a profit and just be happy with it and then just do it all over again. But at the moment, it seems like it's coming down. So, you know, the temptation would be to panic and sort of like close the trade now and just say, okay, well, I've made $5,000. I was hoping to make $6,000. That's how it is. Knowing the charts, how they go, to me, they will come down to this level and then probably bounce back up again. And there you go. That's exactly what it did. And by the way, anyone trying to do any sort of charting, actually on the charts you get with exchanges, just don't bother. Just go to TradingView, because it's much easier to do stuff here. But yeah, and you know, if you look at this on the 5-minute time frame, maybe you can see here that we're way up in this top end of the VWAP. So at the moment, you know, it could go up to nearly $50 shy of 25 grand. At the same time, it could come crashing down to 21.463. So is this a good place to take profit? Possibly. Am I going to? No, I'm not, actually. I'm just going to make sure that my stop loss is in profit here. And I'm probably going to go to sleep and hope for the best. But I know I'll be checking my bloody phone all night, looking at the price and wondering how much money I can make. Because if this goes up to 28 grand, I'm going to make a load of money. And to be honest, if it goes up to 28 grand, I'm probably not going to close the trade. I'm probably going to start adding to it and ride it all the way up to 200 grand or $500,000, whatever it goes to. But I'll probably change my mind tomorrow and decide something completely different. Anyway, I do need to think about what I'm going to do with the $200 challenge trade. I think what I'm going to do is probably look for a pullback. So what I would probably do at this point is look at this on the hourly time frame. And I'll probably see what it does tonight. Let's just turn off these things. And then I'll probably get a Fibonacci, go from the low to this high here. I'll probably set some long entries around these figures, 22527, 22886, maybe, but I might just wait and see what it does tonight. I'm probably going to do nothing with the challenge account for the moment. I'm not considering shorting because I think we're in an uptrend now. So I think shorting would be a dangerous thing to do. At the same time, I'm not going to chase a green candle. I had my opportunity and I closed the trade too early with the challenge account. So It's not a bad thing. It's always good to make money. It's even better to not lose money. And as the old Warren Buffett saying goes, rule number one, don't lose money. Rule number two, don't forget rule number one. I know everyone says it, but it's not a bad rule. And I always think another good rule is like a profit is a profit. And don't beat yourself up just because you didn't make as much as you thought you could have done. Anyway, as you can see, a decision to close that trade would have been very bad because, we're now back $6,100, nearly $6,200 in profit again. So I think I'm just going to let that ride up a little bit. I might move the stop loss up a little bit in the night, maybe, if things start to look a bit more choppy, but I don't know, I can still see quite a bit of upside. Okay, right, I'm going to go to bed now because I'm a bit knackered actually. I do need to do something about UTrust because UTK is something I've got both on what used to be the Myard DEX, which is now the X exchange, and also I've got some on the Hold app, which was UTrust's original app, and they're discontinuing that now, so I need to move my UTrust off there to somewhere else. So my next video might be about that, or at least it's going to be that video in the next day or so. So if you're interested in seeing that, please do subscribe, like the video, leave a nice comment. Above all, enjoy the profits and tell your friends.